Good morning. Welcome to NEET World. So welcome to basic maths classes. So yesterday we did what? What are the topics we covered in the yesterday's class? Quadratic equations and integration basics we did. Indefinite integration. That we still have to do indefinite integration, and also we have to do definite integration. Okay. So those who missed those class, it's available on the YouTube. Okay, you can watch those classes. Yesterday's class, it is not on the YouTube. So I'll repeat for those people who missed it. No need to worry. But the previous classes which we have done, okay, you can watch on the YouTube, it is there. But anyways, these are only the concepts classes what I am talking about. We will take 2-3 more sessions where whatever the concepts we learned, we will apply to the questions. We will apply to the questions and we will see how it is useful. Okay, there you will again learn it. Okay, so today we will be learning about binomial expansion. Okay, binomial expansion, it's a complete chapter is there when it comes to mathematics students. But you people have to learn very simple concept that is required for you. This is not something new for you, already you have learnt it. Okay, let me check once if I am audible or not. Complete chapter is there when it comes to mathematics students. Okay, all right. So binomial expansions, in errors derivation you have used that what is that? Binomial expansion. In what is that? Gravitation chapter derivation, there also you used binomial expansion, which you might have forgotten. But binomial expansion is very useful to solve many questions in physics, which you will learn today. Okay, which you will be learning today. So what is this binomial expansion? So see here, if I write 1 plus a to the power of n, if I write 1 plus a to the power of n, okay, if a is very small than 1, if a is very small means, what I am telling is, everyone can understand Telugu? Fine, okay, sometimes I will be using the words in Telugu also. ఇప్పుడు a is very small అనుకోండి compared to 1, okay, a is very small, okay, that time what you can write, this you can write it as what? 1 plus n times a, directly you can write it. For you it is there in even in de Moivre's theorem, don't confuse with that. De Moivre's theorem is different, this is different. Okay, this is what? 1 plus n times a, this is 1 times n, 1 plus n times a. Okay, this is the meaning of binomial expansion. This is how we will be using it in physics. This is how we will be using it in physics. First write down this. First write down this, all of you. Okay, this is the meaning of binomial. Okay, this is applicable when a is very small than 1. When a is very small than 1. What is your name today? First class, right? Perama Revant, Rishita, Sindhu, Revant. Okay, fine. So when a is very less than 1. Okay, suppose how to apply this? Let us take some examples. So 101 to the power of 10. You are telling it is not bright. Okay. So 101 to the power of 10, you all will wake up then. Okay, 101 to the power of 10 is given. So that time how to do this? Definitely it is impossible to do manually, or it will take a lot of time. So what we will do this, we will write it as 101 to the power of 10, you will write it as, see here, 100 plus 1 to the power of 10. 100 plus 1 to the power of 10. Next what you will be doing? Take 100 outside. Take 100 outside. I told you in one of the class, when we are taking common, we have to divide by that. I told you in one of the class, correct? No, I told you, suppose we are having x square plus 2x. Okay, if I take 2 outside, I will write it as what? 2x square. Here x is there, here 2 is not there, so I should write what? Divide by 2. I told you. So similarly, here what I should do, if I take 100 outside, okay, if I take 100 outside, this will become what? 100 is already there here. So 1 plus 1 by 100. This entire thing, this whole to the power of what? Whole to the power of 10. Okay, see here, 100 plus 1. 100 I have taken it outside. Okay, if I take it 100 outside, this will become what? 1. This will become what? 1 is already there, but there is no 100. So if you take something, you have to give it back. So 1 by 100 it will become. Okay, next you see 100 can be written as what? 10 square. I can write it or not? 10 square. So this I will separate it. I can write this as what? 10 square, okay, to the power of 10. This one I will write it as what? 1 plus 1 by 100 to the power of 10. See this one, I put the powers like this. If I am having, see here, a into b to the power of m is there, means I can write it as what? A power m into b power m. Same thing. Ippudu 100 ki power 10 and 1 plus 1 by 100 to the power of 10. Okay. Next what will happen? 10 square power 10 is there. 10 square power 10 is there. This is what? 2 into 10. 2 into 10. This is what? 20. So this will become what? Let me wipe this. 10 power 20. This will become 10 power 20. Next what you will be having here? Inside what you have? 1 plus, see 1 plus, this is a. This is what I told, this is a. This a is what? This is not even 1, this is 1 by 100. 1 by 100 means how you will write it? 0.01. 0.01 is what? Very, very less than 1. So I will write it as what? 0.01 to the power of what? 10. To the power of what? 10. Now see, this is what we got it in the form of 1 plus a to the power of n. So I will write this as what? 1 plus n times a. Why? Because this a is very small than 1. So here what I should do? This 10 I will bring it here inside. This 10 I will bring it inside. So this will become what? 10 to the power of 20 into 1 plus 10 times into 0.01. 10 times into 0.01. 0.01 into 10 is what? 0.1. Okay, it will become 10 to the power of 20 into 1 plus what is it? 0.1. 1 plus what is it? 0.1. Now you will have the answer as what? 1.1 into 10 power 20. That's all is the answer. This will be in the option. Okay, 101 to the power of 10 is nothing but equal to what? 1.1 into 10 to the power of 20. That's all is the answer. In the options you may have 1.3, 1.2, 1.5 into 10 power 20 into 10 power 10 like that. So this will be the perfect answer. Understood? Let me repeat again. See, 101 to the power of 10 is given. So I will write it as what? 100 plus 1. Because it is close to 100, 100 plus 1 to the power of 10. Next, ఏం చేస్తాం నెక్స్ట్ 100ని బయట తీసుకుంటాం. బయట వస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ 1 అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ 1 by 100, ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది? 1 by 100 అవుతుంది. తర్వాత 100ని ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు? 10 power 2, బికాస్ 10 స్క్వేర్ ఇస్ 100. ఓకే, సో ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ కంప్లీట్ మొత్తంకి పవర్ 10 ఉంది. తర్వాత సెపరేట్ చేసి పవర్ ఇద్దాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? 10 power 2 టు ద పవర్ ఆఫ్ 10. తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది? 1 plus 1 by 100 టు ద పవర్ ఆఫ్ 10. ఇదేమవుతుంది? 10 power 2 to the power of 10 means this is nothing but what? 10 power 20. 10 power 20. This is what? 1 plus 1 by 100 ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు? 0.01. అదే మన వాల్యూ a which is less than 1, very less than 1. Okay, it is not 0.9 or 0.8, it is 0.01. Okay, so we will write it as what? 0.01 to the power of 10. Okay, 1 plus a to the power of n, it will become what? 1 plus n times a when a is very less than 1. Here a is very less than 1. Correct na? So we can write it like this: 10 power 20 into 1 plus 10 into 0.1, you will get it as what? 0.1. 1 plus 0.1 is what? 1.1. Okay, 1.1 into 10 power 20. Like this you have to do it. Like this you will be able to do what? Approximate value will be get. But you should get more accurate value. Approximate value means actual value. For that very near you should get. It should not be too far. That is not approximate value. That will be some wrong value. See, 1.1 into 10 power 20 is accurate value, but if you write 1.2 or 1.3, that is not the accurate value. Okay, 1.1 into 10 power 20 will be in the option. That will be the right answer. Okay, actually they will not ask this type of question, but I am telling you how it is applicable. Okay, clear? You can make a note of this example so that you can revise better. Make a note of this example, all of you. Applicable. Okay, clear? You can make a note. Written? Okay, next one. If you have written, so see here. Next one is, if you have written, let us continue. So see here what we are having. So I told for 101 we can do it like this. Suppose we are having, okay, suppose we are having something like this, square root of 15. Square root of 15. Square root of 15, exact value we definitely don't know. But square root of 15 is close to which value? You have to think. Square root of 15 is close to which? Square root of 16. Correct? No? We know the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is what? 2. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. But we don't know square root of 15. Either square root of 15 is close to what? Square root of 16. So instead of writing square root of 15, I can write it as what? Square root of 16. How I can write it? See, first before this, understand one thing. Suppose we are given square root of x. This can be written as what? X to the power of 1 by 2. X to the power of 1 by 2. Because here nothing is there means square root means you can also write it as what? X to the power of 1 by 2. If you are having cube root of x, this can be written as what? X to the power of 1 by 3. Okay, if it is written fourth root of x, you can write it as x to the power of 1 by 4. If it is written square root of x plus 1, you can write it as what? X plus 1 to the power of 1 by 2. Understood? This is the basic you must know, first thing. Okay, x plus 1 to the power of 1 by 2. Next, square root of 15 is there. Square root of 15 is close to which number? Square root of 16. See, 101 was close to what? 100. Like that, square root of 15 is close to what? Square root of 16. So I'll write this as what? Instead of 15, I'll write it as what? Square root of 16 minus 1. Square root of 16 minus 1. I have to keep checking the audio. Just a minute, wait. Like that, square root of 15 is... Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Square root of 16 minus 1 is there. Okay. Now 16 minus 1, ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు? స్క్వేర్ రూట్ తీసేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది మనకి? 16 minus 1 to the power of 1 by 2. ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్ అలా సేమ్ వే వి గాట్ ఇట్. అక్కడ ఏం బయటకి తీసాము? 100 తీసాము. ఇప్పుడు 16 బయటకి, పెద్ద నెంబర్ బయటకి తీసేయాలి అంతే. పెద్ద నెంబర్ ఏంటి దీనిలో? 16. ఓకే, 16 you take it outside. So what you will get? 16 if I take it outside, this is nothing but what? 1. This is nothing but what? 1 by 16 I should write because there is no 16 here. This entire thing I write to the power of what? 1 by 2. Entire thing I will write to the power of what? 1 by 2. Okay. Now this 1 by 2 I will put it for 16. For this one I will keep it as it is. So this will become what? 1 by 16. I will write it as what? To the power of 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 16 to the power of what? 1 by 2. Okay. So 1 by 16 to the power of 1 by 2 means what? It is square root of 16. Square root of 16 is what? 4. Okay. Square root of 16 is what? 4. Now see here we are having 1 minus 1 by 16. 1 by 16 is a very small value. 1 by 16 means you will get it as what? 0.00 something you will get. So definitely it is very small than 1. So what I can use? Binomial expansion, that is what? 1 minus 1 by 16, what I can use? 1 by 2 will come here. See, don't think it is applicable for 1 plus a to the power of n. It is applicable even for 1 minus a to the power of n also. Plus or minus, for both it is applicable. Plus or minus, for both it is applicable. Now see here I can write this as what? I can write this 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 16, that's all. Okay, 4 into 1 minus 1 by 16 into 2 is what? 16 2s are 32. 16 2s are 32. 1 by 32. LCM is what? 32. So you will have what? 4 into 32 minus 1 by 32. So this is what? 4 1s are 4 8s are. 32 minus 1 is what? 31 by 8. 31 by 8. You got what? 31 by 8. This is nothing but equal to what? You divide this 31 by 8. What you will get? 3 point something you will get. So we will do it. So 31 by 8. What is this we will get? So 8 3s are 24. Okay, 7 is there. Put the decimal point. So 8 8s are 64. 6 is there. 0. 8 7s are 56. Okay. 0. 8 5s are 40. I hope you know to do division. Even if it is okay, if you don't know how to do division, come to me. I'll teach you. Okay. Even basics which you don't know, come to me. I'll teach you. No need to feel shy or shame in anything. If you don't know anything, come and learn. No need to worry. Okay. So what is the value you will get? That is nothing but 3.875. That is the answer you will get. Clear? Understood all of you? This is how we have to do this. Make a note of this one. Square root of 15, what you will write it? Close to what? It is close to 16. See, some people will think what? I can write it as what? Square root of 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6. That will become so much variation. Square root of 15 will not become so much variation, it will become. So here you should take close to square root of 16 only. Got it? Understood? Revant understood? Sindhu? Rishita understood how to do? Okay. Write down fast. Done? Okay, next one. If they give square root of 50, what you will do? Square root of 50 is very close to square root of 49. Square root of 49 is 7. Okay, square root of 49. Square root of 49 is what? 7. If you raskovalante, this is nothing but equal to, you should write it as what? 7. 7 you write outside, then inside what you write? 1 plus change you will write it as what? Delta. Okay, change you will write it as what? Delta divided by 49 into 2. I am telling the shortcut. Instead of doing all this, instead of taking common and all, I am telling the shortcut. Instead of taking common and all and wasting time, okay, I am telling you the shortcut. Okay, change. Okay, this delta means what? That change between this and this. Okay, 1 plus delta by 49 into 2. Okay, what is the change here? 50 and 49, what is the difference? 1. So this will become equal to what? 7 into 1 plus change is what? 1 by 49. Okay, you can find out easily. Here what it will become? To the 49 into 2. No need to write anything else. That's all. Okay, no need to write square root and all, already I have brought it down. This y 2 came, 1 by 2, 2 will come here. Why this 2 came, 1 by 2, 2 will come here, that's all. Okay, clear? That is what I have done. Next, what you can do, suppose if it is given like this question, like this you can do. Suppose they give square root of 26. Square root of 26 means what? It is close to which? 25. Square root of 25. So we will write it as what? Square root of 25. Okay, so square root of 26 is close to square root of 25, which is nothing but equal to what? 5. Alright, it is nothing but equal to what? 5. So we will write this as what? Yes, 5 you bring it here, write it as it is, into 1 plus. Into 1 plus what? The delta. Divided by, what is this you will write? 25 into 2. 25 into 2. 25 into 2. Okay, 25 into 2 you have to write it. What is this delta value now? 26 and 25, what is the difference? 1. The difference is what? 1. Okay, so 5 plus, this is 5 into 1 plus 1 by 25 into 2 is what? 50. Okay, 1 by 50. 1 by 50 means what is the value? 1 by 50 means what is the value? It is 0.02. What you will do? 1 by 50 means, see here, 50 divided by 1 means you will write what? Decimal point 0. Another 0 you will write here, 52s. That is nothing but what? 0.02. So we will get it as what? 5 into 1 plus 0.02. That is nothing but equal to what? 5 into 1.02. So if you multiply by 5, this is what? 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5. Okay, 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5, 5.1. 5.1 you will get the answer. Okay, this what you will get the answer. Clear? This is how you will be able to find out the values of square root of numbers which are close to perfect squares. okay, which are close to perfect squares. Understood this one? Got it? Okay, make a note of it. 49, this one into 2, ikkada into 2 ravali. Okay. Okay, written all of you. Okay. Now G dash is equal to what I can tell, what is the formula that you have? G dash is equal to G by 1 plus H by R whole square. This is the formula that we have, correct? No? G dash is equal to G by 1 plus H by R whole square. So by binomial approximation, what we do in derivation, what we used to do, this will take it up. You can write this as what? You can write this as G into 1 plus H by R. Okay, H by R. H by R. This you take it up means 2 will become what? Minus 2. If denominator comes to the numerator, by law of exponents, this will become what? Minus 2. Okay, suppose if I am having 2 by 3, if I write it as 3 by 2, here I should write what? Minus 1. If I write reverse, I should write here minus 1. That's all. So same thing I have written here. Here it is in the denominator. If I take it to the top, this will become what? Minus 2. See, suppose I am having 1 by 2. This I can write as what? 2 to the power of minus 1. Because nothing is there means this one. If I am having 1 by 3 square, this if I take it to the top, this will become what? 3 power minus 2. 3 power minus 2. So same thing. I have taken it up, this will become what? Minus 2. Okay, for this if I apply binomial expansion, what happens? Minus 2 will come here because H by R is very small, because this height is very less compared to radius. If radius is bigger means the entire fractional value will become very less. So you are dividing a smaller value by a very large value. That time what is the fractional value you will get? That will be very less, 0.00 something you will get. Okay, so this A is very less than 1. So I can apply binomial expansion. This will become what? G into 1 minus 2H by R. This is how you used to do the derivation. Now understood why you used to do this? G is into 1 minus 2H by R, because why I am writing this formula means in gravitation also, questions also, you can use binomial expansion and solve the question easily. Okay, and solve the question easily. Clear? Okay, you can make a note of it if you want. Okay, next what we will be learning is percentage change. Percentage change based on binomial expansion. Written. So next we will be learning something called percentage change. Write down fast. Percentage change. In this there are two types. One is called small percentage change, another one is called large percentage change. Small percentage change means those changes which are up to 10. or you can take up to 9. 10 and above we consider it as large percentage change. For that there is another concept using binomial expansion only. Small percentage change, what happens? Small percentage change, what happens? Suppose y is a function of x to the power of n, that is y is directly proportional to x to the power of n is given. Okay, y is directly proportional to x to the power of n is given. So then how you can write it? You would have done it in errors also, errors and approximation also. So if there is a small change in y, you will write it as y plus or minus delta y will be equal to x plus or minus delta x to the power of n. Okay, I am just writing the derivation. In the final what you get, that is important. I am just telling you how it is coming. If I write directly the result you will not understand. So y plus or minus delta y into is equal to x plus or minus delta x to the power of n. Okay, now what I will do, I will take y outside. I will take y outside. If I take y outside, what will happen? 1 plus or minus delta y by y. Okay, delta y by y. Here if I take x outside, what I should take? If I take x outside, I will get what? X to the power of n. It will not be x to the power of n into what is it? 1 plus or minus delta x by x. Okay, to the power of n. To the power of n we have. Okay, now see here, y is directly proportional to x to the power of n. Y is directly proportional to x to the power of n. So by approximation we can say y is equal to x to the power of n, because constant we ignore. While doing such questions, constants we ignore. So because of that, this y and x to the power of n I can cancel. Understood? See, y is equal to k times x to the power of n, you will write it. Here we ignore the constant. If I ignore the constant, what I will get? Y is equal to x to the power of n. Okay, so y and x to the power of n I will cancel directly. Next, what I can cancel here? See here, plus 1 and plus 1 I can cancel. Plus or minus I can cancel. What I will have? Delta y by y will be equal to what? This n will come inside. Here we forgot one thing, n will come inside. So this will become what? N times delta x by x. Delta y by y is equal to n times delta x by x. Delta y by y is equal to n times delta x by x. So what you should write down? Write down this now. So if they give small percentage in, you have to apply only this thing. You have to apply only this result. Okay, how? We will see some questions. There you will be able to understand. Delta y by y is equal to what? N times small delta, what is that? N times delta x by x. Okay, write down this full thing, write down the heading small percentage change. Small percentage change means you can take it as 1 to small percentage change, you can take it as 1 to 9. Okay, 1 to 9. 10 and above it is large percentage change. See, I am telling percentage change. Change can be what? Increase or decrease. I am not telling it is only increase, it can be decrease also. 1% increase, 1% decrease, 5% increase, 5% decrease. Everywhere you will apply the same thing. Delta y by y is equal to n times delta x by x. That's all you have to do. Okay. Let me check the audio.
Increase or decrease?
Yes. Okay. Written all of you? Let us take up some questions. Done? They are telling the question. If the velocity of an object increases by 2%, okay, what is the percentage change? What is the percentage change? Percentage change in its kinetic energy. What is the percentage change in its kinetic energy? This is the question. What is the percentage change in its kinetic energy? This is the question we are having. Okay, this is the question we are having. Okay. Now, how to do this? Kinetic energy means what? Half mv square, correct? No, kinetic energy is equal to what? Half mv square. What they are telling? The velocity of an object increases by 2%. What is the meaning of that? అయితే ఏంటి వెలాసిటీ, దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ చేంజ్ ఇన్ వెలాసిటీ. అప్పుడు ఎలా రాసుకోవాలంటే డెల్టా వి బై వి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు వాట్? 2%. ఏం చెప్తున్నారు అయితే? ఇంక్రీజ్ అని చెప్తున్నారు కాబట్టి ప్లస్, డిక్రీజ్ అని చెప్తే మైనస్. ఓకే, డెల్టా వి బై ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు వాట్? ప్లస్ 2%. Percentage change is what? 2%. Okay, so they are asking what is the change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy means you have to write what? Delta k by k, we have to find out this one. Delta k by k. Delta k by k we have to find out. Okay, in this kinetic energy formula, this entire thing is what? Constant. We don't require at all. We don't require at all. So we will write what? Delta k by k is equal to what? I will write delta v by v. V is area. V is the here. Okay, delta v by v. This 2 is what? This is nothing but what? N. This 2 is nothing but n. So 2 will come here. See here. What happened? I told you here. So here this n is there, no? That n will come here. Whatever is in the formula, that will come down. So here 2 will come down. So delta k by k is what? 2 times delta v by v. 2 will come down. That's all. So the very simple. Delta k by k is nothing but equal to 2 times delta v by v is what? 2%. So 2 into 2%, 4%. So that is nothing but what? This will also increase because both are positive. If it was negative, this will also decrease. So directly it is what? Directly proportional. Okay, directly proportional. Okay, directly proportional. Okay, now see here, change in kinetic energy is what? 4%. Understood? But should you do it like this? If you don't know, do it this way, binomial theorem way. Otherwise, if you know the formula, kinetic energy is equal to what? Half mv square. If there is change in velocity by 2, kinetic energy will change by how much? Square of this. 2 square is what? 4. You should directly write what? 4. Should not write this many steps also. Okay, because ardhamaida, see here, velocity is given, kinetic energy in the formula. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to what? V square. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to what? V square. V is given as what? 2. So kinetic energy will be equal to what? 2 square, that is 4. Okay, see, kinetic energy is directly proportional to, see, this is not binomial expansion method, I am telling direct method, V square. So kinetic energy is directly proportional to 2 square. So kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy will be 4. Directly you can write in 2 steps, or without using pen you can go for the answer for this. Understood? But otherwise using binomial expansion like this you can do. So what is the change in kinetic energy? Delta k by k is equal to 2 times delta v by v, that is 2 to the 4%, you will get it. Understood everyone? All of you? Your name I forgot to ask, your name? Shahin. Okay, fine. Understood this one? Revan, Shahin, Sindhu, Rishita, Toshita, you both? Okay, Ankita understood? Skanda? Okay, fine. Boys, Yashwant, Augustine, Nicholas understood? You? Write down this. Let us go to the next question. Understood how to apply what we learned? Small percentage change. Written all of you? Okay, next question. If the velocity of an object decreases by 2%, not 2%, write it as 3%. what is the percentage change in momentum? Percentage change in momentum. For this also you can use either method. See, P is equal to mv. If there is change of 3%, here also there will be change of 3% only. Directly you can write otherwise. So P is equal to mv. As for binomial expansion, what is that we got? Delta V by V is given as what? Decrease. So it will be minus 3%. So delta P by P, okay, here nothing is there, this is constant, here to the power nothing is there, 1. So that I can write it as what? Delta V by V, I can write it, that is nothing but equal to minus 3%, same. So change in momentum will be 3%. Change in momentum will be minus 3% means there will be decrease in momentum. Understanding? That's how you have to learn it. Next one, write down fast. Next question. Augustine, understanding? Okay, write down fast. Name I forgot. Navadeep, okay. Navadeep, Ratnadeep, okay. Next question. Okay. If the distance between two masses increases by 2%, or we will write it as 5%, increases by 5%, what is the percentage change in gravitational force? Gravitational force. What is the percentage change in gravitational force? This is the question they were given. Okay, what is the percentage change in gravitational force? So gravitational force, what is the formula? F is equal to G into m1 m2 by r square. Correct, no? This is the formula we have. So there are two masses m1 m2. Okay, the distance increases by how much? R 5%. It is increasing by 5%. Distance here means it is nothing but the r value is increasing. Let me take it as small r. R value is increasing. Okay. Now here definitely all these things are constant. For these two bodies only we are finding out all these things are constant. So what we can do? Only r square we have to consider. Okay, only r square we will consider. So they are asking what? What is the percentage change in gravitational force? They are asking delta F by F. Delta F by F. Okay, so here I can write what? F is equal to what I can write? R to the power of minus 2. I can remove all the constants. I can write what? F is equal to R to the power of minus 2. Delta F by F will become equal to what? Delta R by R to the power of what? Minus 2. To the power of what? Minus 2. What they have given us in the question? Delta R by R is equal to what? 5%. Delta R by R is equal to what? 5%. Okay. So delta F by F we have to find out. Delta R by R is what? 5%. So what we will do? Delta F by F. Okay. Delta F by F. So they are telling what? Increases by 5%. Increases by 5% means what you will write? Huh? Increases by 5%. For radius it is increasing by 5%. So here delta R means what you will write? Think correctly what you will write. Will you write directly 5%? Think correctly what you will write. What we did in previous question? We wrote directly, no. Here also we will write directly. Simply I will ask. We should tell confidently, we will write 5% only. So what we should do? They are telling increases means plus 5% only. So what we will write here? 5%. Okay. To the power of what? Minus 2. Minus 2. What will happen? The minus 2 will come next to it. So as per binomial theorem, this will become what? Binomial expansion. Minus 2 into 5%. That is nothing but what? Minus 10%. So change in gravitational force is what? 10% decrease. Delta F by F will become what? Minus 10%. 10% there is decrease. Why? See here, F and R square are inversely proportional. They are inversely proportional. If this is increasing, definitely the gravitational force will decrease. So delta F by F, that is 10%. 10% decrease. Minus says it is 10% decrease. Understood? Understood or not? Any doubt here? See, R square is below. I took it up. It will become R to the power of minus 2. So delta R by R, it is given as what? 5%. Plus 5%. So I put the value. Minus 2 will bring it here. Minus 2 into 5%, because it is minus 10%. You will get it. Why I brought minus 2 here? Because of this. What I told you, delta y by y is nothing but what? N times delta x by x. This n is nothing but what? The power. Whatever the power, be it minus 2, plus 2, minus 5, minus 6, whatever it is. Understood this question? Write it down. So easily using binomial expansion, you can solve this question. Let us see some more questions of this type. Next question. Written all of you? Write down, write down. Next question. Written all of you? Next question. They are telling, if the length of a pendulum increases by 4%, what is the percentage change in time period? What is the percentage change in time period? What is the percentage change in time period? This is the question. First of all, time period formula is what? T is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. Correct, na? T is equal to 2 pi root of L by G. If the length of the pendulum increases by, that means what they have given? Delta L by L, they have given it as what? Plus 4% or 4%. Correct, no? They are asking us what? Delta T by T we have to find out. Here what are all the things that are constants? 2 pi is constant, G is also constant. So we will remove all these constants, we will keep only that is variable. So we will take what? T is equal to directly proportional to root L. I will take it. Now delta T by T is nothing but equal to square root of delta L by L. Square root of delta L by L. So delta L by L is what? 4%. So delta T by T is what? Square root of 4%. That is nothing but equal to what? 2%. Understood? Understood? So change in time period is what? Percentage change in time period is what? 2%. That's all. Percentage change in time period is what? 2%. Very simple. Understood? time period formula you should know, otherwise no matter you will not be able to solve. That I cannot teach, that you only have to learn the formulas. Correct? No, I can help you solve, but the formulas you have to learn. Time period is equal to what? Very simple formulas, 2 pi into root of L by G. Okay. Now we will see large percentage change. Write this down. First write down. Next we will see questions on large percentage change. Small percentage change from where to where? 1 to 9 you will take it as small. Large means 10 and above. Large means 10 and above. Okay. Similar formula but little changes will be there. So tomorrow those who are all writing test, if you see such questions, apply binomial expansion and do it, because some questions from basic maths are also there, especially y is equal to mx plus c, all these things are there, you have to do it, those concepts. So just revise your notes once, that's all. So those who missed out, please watch the classes, it's on the YouTube live, this one, in our channel only it is there, go through it. Okay. Next one, if there is large percentage change, large percentage change, what we got to do? If there is large percentage change, that means what? 10 and above. If there is 10% and above change, that time what to do? Okay, that time, see here also y is a function of x to the power of n, that is y is directly proportional to x to the power of n. We want to find delta y by y. If you want to find out the percentage, what you will do is, just you have to remember this formula, x2 by x1 to the power of n minus 1 into 100. How this formula comes, you don't have to worry. Delta y by y is nothing but equal to x2 is what? New value. x1 is what? Original value. x2 is what? New value. Suppose the current was 10 amperes. Now it has become 10.1 amperes. New value is what? 10.1. Like that. x2 by x1 to the power of n minus 1 into 100. If there is large change, only this formula you have to remember, or only this result, x to the x1 to the power of n minus 1, not whole power n, x to the by x1 to the power of n minus 1 into 100. Write this down. Based on this, we will solve some questions, then you will understand the applicability of this concept. Okay, let us write down the question. They are telling, if the current through a resistor increases by 10%, what is the percentage change in? What is the percentage change in power dissipated? Power dissipated. What is the percentage change in power dissipated? What is the percentage change in power dissipated? We know that power is equal to I square R. Power is equal to I square R. We know this formula, power is equal to I square R. Here they are talking about change with respect to what? With respect to only current. How the change in the current will change the power they are telling. Okay. So here what is our constant? Resistance is the constant. So remove resistance. Okay. No need to worry about resistance at all. They are telling what? Current through the resistor. They are not talking about resistor. Current. They are talking about current. If the current through a resistor increases by 10%, that is what? It is increasing by 10%. So here if you apply the previous percentage small change, if you apply, you will get variable answer. We want accurate answer because options will be very close. Okay. So for this 10% is given, so we will apply that large change formula. Okay, large change formula we apply. What is the formula that we have? Delta y by y is equal to what? x2 by x1 whole to the power of n minus 1 into 100. Okay, now what they have given? If the power through a resistor increases by 10%, what is the percentage change in power dissipated? Percentage change in power dissipated means we have to find delta p by p. Please focus, don't write down. Please focus, delta p by p we have to write down. So here we will write it as what? We will write it as I1, this is what? I2 by I1 whole to the power of n minus 1 to the power, this is what? Into 100. Okay, here n is nothing but what? 2. Here n is nothing but what? 2. So n is nothing but 2, I will write it as just 2. Okay, now I1 let it be I1 only. I1 let it be I1 only. Okay, I2 is what they are telling? 10% it is increase. 10% it is the increase. 10% there is increase. 10% increase. 10% increase means how you will write? 10% increase means how you will write? Plus 10. See, there are various ways to do it. I will tell you in very shortcut method. See, if there is any percentage increase or decrease. So, see here 4%, or you better learn the normal method only, you will get confused otherwise. 10% increase. 10% increase means you will write it as what? I2 will be I1 plus 10% of I1. 10% increase is over what? Over I1. Initial value is what? I1. దాని పైన 10% increase. So I1 plus 10% of what? I1. So 10% increase means you will write it as what? You will write it as 0.1. 0.1. Otherwise, very simple, I will tell you. Okay. Suppose there is a value here I. If they say 10% increase, what is the new value of I1? It will become 1.1. 1.1. If they say 20% increase, what will become? 1.2. If they say 25% increase, it will become what? 1.25. So from 1 you have to add 0.1, you will add 10% means you will add 0.1. 1 plus 0.1 is what? 1.1. Okay, 20% means what? 0.2 you will add. 1 plus 0.2 is what? 1.2 directly. Okay, don't do all these steps, not required. Okay, 25% increase means what you will write? 1.25. 30% increase means you will write what? 1.30 or just 1.3. 50% increase means 1.5. 1.5. Same way, if it is decrease, this is increase. If it is decrease, what you will do? From 1 you have to subtract. 1 minus 0.1 is what? 0.9. Okay, 20% means you will write what? 0.8. Okay, 30% means you will write 25% less means you will write it as what? 0.75. Understanding? From 1 you have to subtract. Okay, if it is 30% decrease means you will write what? 0.7. If they say 50% decrease means you will write what? 0.5. I1, I1, I1. Like this directly you can write. Now I will write what? I1 is I1 only. I2 is what? 10% increase. So I will write what? 1.1 I1. I will write what? Delta P by P will be equal to what? I2 by I1. I2 is what? 1.1 I1 divided by I1 to the power of 2 minus 1 into 100. So I1 by I1 cancels. 1.1 whole square. 1.1 whole square is what? 11 square. 11 square is 121. So I can write here what? 121, decimal point is there. So this will become what? 1.21. 1.1 into 1.1 is what? 2 decimal points. 1.21 minus 1 into 100. 1.21 minus 1 is what? 0.21 into 100. 0.21 into 100 is what? 21. 21% is the answer. Our answer is what? 21%. This one for your reference I have written. This is not related to the question. Instead of writing increase like this, write it like this. 10% increase means 1.1. Okay. 10% decrease means it is from 1 you remove 0.1. That will become 0.9. Okay. Here 10% increase, so I wrote what? 1.1. So our answer will become what? 1.1 whole square. That is what? 1.21 minus 1. Minus 1 into 100. 1.21 minus 1 is what? 0.21 into 100. That is 21%. Our answer will be what? 21%. If you use the small change and do it, you will get the answer 20%. There will be other options 22%. There will be other options 23%. The options will be very close. So you have to go with the exact answer means for 10% use the large change formula. Okay, understood how to do? Clear? Okay, write this down. Make this table also, it is useful for you. This is 20% increase. This is 25% increase. 30% increase, 50% increase. This is okay, this is 20% decrease, 25% decrease, 30% decrease, 50% decrease. Suppose there is 40% increase means what I should write? 1.4. 40% decrease means 0.6. Okay, clear? Like that. Write this down. We'll solve one more question of this. If there is 15% decrease, 0.85, 12% decrease, 0.88, 12% increase, 1.12. Just add 12 to 1 point you put, that's all. Decrease means subtract 12 from this one, point you put, that's all. Written all of you? %100% increase means 1 plus 1. 200% increase means 1 plus 2. 400% increase means 1 plus 4. That's all. 100% decrease means 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, next question. Written all of you? Written? Next question. They were given question number 6. If the volume of a gas decreases by 12%, in an isothermal process, what is the percentage change in pressure? What is the percentage change in pressure they are asking? What is the percentage change in pressure they are asking? Okay. Decreases by 12%. So isothermal process they are telling, that means as per gas laws and all, what we have, PV is equal to nRT. This comes in kinetic theory of gas, KTG, correct? No, PV is equal to nRT we have. Okay, here isothermal process means everything is constant, all are constants. So we will write what? PV is equal to, we will write it as what? Constant C. So we will write what? P is equal to C by V. C by V you will write it, because they were given what? Change in volume. We have to find change in pressure. Okay, we have to find what? Change in pressure we have to find out. So C by V is there. So we will take what? We will take to the numerator. So this is also constant. Now I can remove this also. Okay, so P is equal to V to the power of minus 1. Because I took this as constant, then I removed this constant. P is equal to V to the power of minus 1. We want to find what? Delta P by P. Change in pressure we have to find out. Let us do it here. Delta P by P. So which I should apply? 12%. So I cannot apply small percentage change. Large percentage change I have to apply. So this will become what? This will become equal to V2 by V1 to the power of minus 1 minus what is it? Minus 1 entire thing into 100. Entire thing into 100. Okay. Now see here. Let me take V1 as V1 only, and they are telling what? 12% decrease. 12% decrease. V2 is 12% decrease. 12% decrease means it is what? 1 minus 0.12, that is what? 0.88. 10% decrease means what? 0.9. 12% decrease means what? 0.88. Okay. So this will become what? 0.88. If you still have doubt, you can ask me. 0.88 times V1. 0.88 times V1. So V2 place lo em raskochu 0.88 V1. 13% decrease means 0.87. 17% decrease means 0.83. 17% increase means 1.17. Like that. Okay. Just increase by 1. From 1 you add 0.17. Decrease means decrease 0.17. That's all. So directly I am telling you. Think like 100. From 100 if you decrease 12, how much? 88. Instead of writing 88, write 0.88. 100 if you increase 12 means what? 112%. Instead of writing 112, write 1.12. That's all. 100, 17% decrease. So what you will do? 83. So instead of writing 83, you write what? 0.83. 17% increase, 117. Instead of writing 117, write what? 1.17. That's all. Okay, that is the logic. So this will become what? Delta P by P will become equal to what? V2 is what we got? 0.88 V1 by V1 to the power of minus 1 into 100. Okay, now V1 cancels. 0.8 to the power of minus 1. What we can do? Delta P by P is nothing but equal to, I can write it as what? 0.88 to the power of minus 1 means I can bring it down. This will become plus 1. Minus 1 will become plus 1. If I bring this down, this will become what? 0.88. 1 by 0.88 it will become. See, what I am having is 0.88 to the power of minus 1. So I can bring this down. This will become what? 0.88 plus 0.88. Okay. Or this 0.88 I can write this as what? Keep it as it is. 0.88 I can write it as what? 88 by 100 to the power of what? Minus 1 into 100. This is what I am having. So this I can reverse. This I can reverse. This minus 1 I can reverse it. This will become what? 100 by 88 minus 1 into 100. 100 minus 88 is what? 12. So we will get what? 12 by 88 into 100. 12 by 88 into 100. Why? Because 100, this LCM I have taken. 100 minus 88 is 12. 12 by 88 into 100. This is what we have. So what I can cancel here? 2 6 are 2 44 are 2 3 are 2 22 are 2 50 are 2 11 are. Okay. So we will have what? 150 by 11. 150 by 11%. So that is nothing but equal to what? 150 by 11 means we will take it like this. Okay. 11 ones are 11. 40 is there. Okay. This will become what? 11 threes are 33. 7 is there. 13.6. So answer will be 13.6%. 13.6%. That's all. Understood all of you? Written, all of you? Done? I'll give some questions for you to practice. Written, all of you? Done? Okay. Next. Okay. Question. If the frequency of a wave decreases by decreases by 6%, what is the percentage change in wavelength? What is the percentage change in wavelength? This is one question. Next question, what is the percentage change in wavelength? This is one question. Next question. If the separation between capacitor plates decreases by 12%, decreases by not 12%, write it as 8%, decreases by 8%, what is the percentage change in capacitance? What is the percentage change in capacitance? Next question. If the speed of an object in circular motion increases by 15%, what is the percentage change in centripetal force? Is the question. Okay, you can write this down later. Take up this question which we will be solving now. I think this is 7th question or what? Okay. The percentage change in linear momentum, is 100%, what is the change in kinetic energy? What is the change in kinetic energy? This is the question. This is the question they have given. Okay, look at this. You can write this down later. These questions I will give time. Look at this question. If the percentage change in linear momentum is 100%, what is the percentage change in kinetic energy? So for this you should know the formula, that is kinetic energy is equal to P square by 2m. p square by 2m. You should know this formula. Okay. Now here definitely this 2m is what? Constant. So this constant I don't want. I can write it as what? K is equal to p square. What they have given? Percentage change in linear momentum. Percentage change in linear momentum they have given. That means what? They have given percentage change in linear momentum. That is what they have given was. That is given 100%. 100%. We want to find what? Delta Ke by Ke. That is, we have to find the change. For this, definitely it is 100% means it is about 10%. We have to use what? Formula of large percentage change. That is what we will use. P2 by P1. Okay. Whole to the power of what? What is there here? 2. 2 minus 1 into 100. Okay. Ipudu P1 is there. For the if you import, what is it? Increase 100%. I told you 100 plus 17 is what? 117%. You will add it as what? 1.17. 100% increase means 100 plus 100. That is what? 200%. So that you will write it as what? You will not write it as 200%. You will write it as what? 2. For 1, if you increase 100%, it will become double. 1 plus 1. So it will become what? P if you increase by P1 if you increase by 100%. P2 will become what? 2 times P1. Understood? 50% increase means what you will write? 100 plus 50, 150. Instead of writing 150, what you will write? 1.50. 100% means increase means what you will write? 100 plus 100 is 200. Instead of writing 200, what you will write? 2. So that is what I wrote here. So instead of P2, what I should write? 2P1. So this will become what? 2P1 by P1 whole square minus 1 into 100. So P1 P1 cancel. I will have what? 2 square means what I will have? 4. 4 minus 1 into 100. That is 3 into 100. That is what? This is percentage. 300%. So change in kinetic energy delta Ke by Ke will be equal to what? Will be equal to what? 300%. Understood? Please make a note of this question, and these questions you have to try by yourself. If you don't know the formulas, refer the formulas once correctly and then you can try. Understood? That's all about binomial theorem. I hope it is clear to most of you. If you still have doubt, you can come to me. This is highly useful chapter for physics, binomial theorem. Clear? Alright, then I will wind up now. Let's meet in the tomorrow session where we will be doing some more concepts and more questions. Okay, thank you then. Online students, thank you. If you have any doubt, post it in the comment section, and answer for these questions you can put it in the comment section. Thank you.